Have you ever needed to quickly save a terminal output, but found yourself launching a separate graphical text editor just to paste a few lines? In this tutorial, we will use Linux input and output redirection to create new files, safely append data, and stitch multiple documents together without leaving the command line. Open your Linux terminal using the shortcut Ctrl-Alt-T. Make sure you have 2 dummy text files in your current directory to use for the combination steps later on. Using these commands allow you to route data between programs and storage directly, bypassing the need for a manual copy and paste workflow. This flowchart shows the core mechanic of redirection. It catches data that would normally print to your terminal screen and routes it to a file. To create a file, type cat followed by a single greater than arrow and a file name like test.txt. When you press enter, the cursor drops to a new line. The terminal is now waiting for you to type the content you want to save. To signal that you are finished and want to save the file, you must press Ctrl and D. This indicates the end of file to the system. Verify the file was created by running cat test.txt. The text you just typed will print back to the terminal. The single bracket captures the stream that would normally appear on your screen and redirects it into the designated file. Run that same command again, cat greater than test.txt. This time, enter completely new lines of text and press Ctrl D. If you read the file now, you'll see your original lines of text have disappeared. The single arrow overwrites existing data from the top down, replacing current content with new input. To preserve your data, use the double arrow. As shown, this appends new information to the end of the file rather than clearing existing blocks. Type cat 2 greater than brackets and test.txt. Add your new lines and close the file with Ctrl D. Checking the file again confirms that the new lines are now stacked below the previous ones. Use the single arrow to initialize a file and the double arrow whenever you need to add to an existing log. Redirection also allows you to combine multiple documents into one. We will use the list1 and list2 files we prepared earlier. To merge them, type cat list1.txt, list2.txt, followed by a single arrow and a new name, like combined.txt. When you view combined.txt, you will see the contents of both source files, joined in the order they were listed in your command. Avoid trying to combine 2 files and outputting the result into one of the source files using a single arrow. The terminal will return an input file is output file error. The system prevents this to ensure a file doesn't try to overwrite itself while being read. To add one file's content to another without a third file, use the append syntax, cat list1.txt, followed by 2 arrows, and list2.txt. Managing these data flows successfully depends on whether you are targeting an empty file or an active source. Redirection isn't limited to the cat command. It works with almost any output the system generates. You can save a full directory listing by typing ls-al, a single arrow, and directorylog.txt. The terminal remains silent because the data was intercepted and sent directly to the text file. Running cat directorylog.txt reveals the listing was successfully captured. This process allows you to turn temporary terminal displays into permanent records for troubleshooting or logging. Run ls now to see the new files you've generated. You have created text.txt, combined.txt, and directorylog.txt entirely through redirection. You now have the 2 essential tools for managing terminal data, the single arrow for new routing and the double arrow for appending. You can experiment further by redirecting the output of the date or pwd commands to build your own system activity logs. For more advanced Linux command line tutorials, subscribe to the channel. Understanding redirection gives you the tools to automate logs, combine documents, and manage terminal data efficiently.